Hi folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to check out Kaboom. This game is for 2 to 5 players, ages 6 and up, and the average play time is about 20 to 30 minutes. So what is Kaboom all about? Well, in this game, players will sort of take turns being a master builder. As the master builder, what they're going to do is they're going to flip this sand timer. It's a 30-second sand timer. And they have 30 seconds to use these blocks over here to try and complete these various structures. Let's say you wanted to build that one. So he would put a yellow one there, and then a blue one here, and then so it's sort of a dexterity-based game. And there you go. So that would be worth 3 points at the end of the 30 seconds, should it still be standing. Now, what do I mean by should it still be standing? Well, the other players, when they're not being the master builder, they are the saboteurs. They get these cool-looking catapults here, and some ammunition. The amount of ammunition they get all depends on how many people are in the game, but you would just simply put the ammunition here, and then you flip that. I don't want to do it too hard and make it fly across the room, but you get the idea. It would launch off of this, and you can aim at your opponent's constructions in order to knock them down. Whenever that happens, the master builder has the option of trying to rebuild it or recouping their losses, taking these pieces and trying to put them elsewhere. And again, other players are going to be trying to knock down the master builder's creations before the 30-second timer is up. And that's the gist of it. If a player manages to complete the one in the middle here, it's worth no points. But if they manage to complete this one and it's still standing at the end of 30 seconds, they automatically win the game. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's it. So that is the gist of it. Players take turns as the master builder, trying to complete creations. Any creations left standing will score points based on the number associated on that particular tile. And there are some rules with how pieces work, like, if they get knocked down, or if you want to switch creations mid-build. There's rules in the rulebook regarding that kind of thing, and I'm not going to read them all off to you, because, there's a front and back here. I'm not here to read off the manual, but as far as an overview goes, that is the gist of it. As far as what I thought, excellent little box. I like this. Everything is displayed nice and neat. There's basically room for everything here. So if I do something like that and I just press on that and it comes right out. So that's really nice. I think the box insert is displayed very well. There's a baggie for the dice. That's also really nice. Stickers came with it, so it's very easy to put together. You just slap these stickers on the catapults here. And the ammunition, granted, they're blank dice, but they still look pretty cool. My only concern, though, is that the game, again, because it involves flying objects, you'll want to be careful, because if you do smash on the catapult too hard, you'll send dice flying across the room and possibly hitting someone in the eye or in the mouth. So obviously this requires some adult supervision, as well as adult supervision in the sense that you don't want it to get out of hand. If you've got kids just slamming fists on these catapults, flying across the house, hitting dogs in the face, that's no good. So you want to sort of show a little restraint when you're using these catapults. But overall, it's a pretty cool game. They're not going to be this close to the board. They're going to be at least a foot away from the closest build tile. Now, as far as game setup, I didn't touch on that, but it's going to be set up in a manner such as this. It doesn't have to be exactly this shape, but it's going to be somewhat like this. Trying to think of anything else I didn't cover. That's basically it. But yeah, my only concern really is that, kids can get out of hand and cause things to fly across the room if they're not careful. But other than that, it's a really cool concept. There are some optional rules listed in the rulebook here. For example, if an ammunition die lands on top of a tower tile, let's say that I was building this one here and it lands on top of that, knocking it down or whatever, that tile can no longer be built on for the rest of the turn. The master builder can neither start a new tower on it, nor continue to construct an existing tower in that location. However, if the tower has already been completed, it will still score points at the end of the turn, as long as it is still standing. So yeah, and this is going to happen through a number of rounds. Players will take a certain number of turns as the master builder, and then the game will end, and whoever has the most points will end up winning. So yeah, like I was saying, great game, like the idea of it. I'm a little concerned about, the catapults actually hurting someone if kids get out of hand. But other than that, really cool game. You can find it on Amazon for about 15 or 16 bucks. There's no suggested MSRP MSRP on the official website, but Amazon lists it for about $15, and that price will change depending on who's selling it. So give Kaboom a look if you like dexterity-based games like this. Again, Kaboom. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my official website, www.dadsgamingaddiction.com. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.